somebody told Michols that modeling is like multiple looks, right? Also, can someone tell Emmy about racism? And I'm a grown-ass man, and I wouldn't wave my finger in Mia's face. Does Lake know some like MMA crap or something? Stick around. We're going to dive into all these answers and more here on Showmance, the #1 show on YouTube doing deep dives on shows with no depth.
Dives as deep as the sleuths are about to be sleuthing to put together the Charlie, Craig, Justin love timeline triangle.
It's going to be good.
I mean, I think it's going to be pretty easy, actually.
Looks like Maddie has been teaching me and Lake her PowerPoint skills.
What?
How so?
Because they kept pointing at each other at the end of the episode. Really powerfully, if I may add.
This is what happened when Truth for Peace doesn't close out an episode.
Yeah, seriously, he's new.
Cards on the table, we literally just filmed episode 7. Maybe, just maybe, I'm not going to have a ton to say here because I think I've said what I've said.
Well, I'm not going to have a ton to say here simply because I'm so over this Emmy hotel room. I'm starting to feel for Brad, even though I don't like Brad. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah, wrong messenger to fight this. It's like Janet trying to take down Danny from the Valley. I don't know what Danny did, who he did it with, who he did it to. I truly don't care anymore to hear from Janet, though. So I don't care what Danny did because Janet was your messenger. That was a wrong move, America. Feminists of America sending Janet. Ding dong.
Janet.
We start the episode by Mia doing something.
Yeah, speaking of feminism, Mia's laser beaming her vagina. Not technically her vagina, but her vagina area.
Surrounding counties of the vagina.
Part.
Surrounding counties.
The surrounding counties, yeah.
Did we pick the same color shirt again? The last 3 episodes, I've shown up in the same.
And the episode right before this, I literally had a pink sweatshirt on, took it off, and put on that T-shirt, and you walked in with a pink shirt on.
I love it, dude. I love
We're
it.
on there. It's like we're on our cycle. We're on our color cycle.
Friends.
Yeah.
What a crazy invention. Hey, I'm going to make sure people can laser beam themselves at their own home.
Anything you need safety goggles for?
Shouldn't be go near the genitalia.
Definitely not putting that thing near my nads. That's for sure.
The sparks coming off that, I felt like she needed a welder mask.
Yeah. It
Just
was
like-
yeah. Well, I mean, that's literally what the goggles were for. They were welding goggles.
So I want to know if they have formed the technology that makes this safe to use at home. And if it is safe to use at home, how effective is it? Or is this something that she bought off the TikTok shop? And
like the Temu one, probably shooting hairs into your legs.
Yeah.
You know?
It just felt like an alternate beginning to Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Sorry.
It's been a minute.
But you got a boner off this one.
Yeah, exactly. Just a small boner. And then we jump to TJ, who's in New York, because she calls him. TJ's in New York with Michols.
She just happened to call him when he was in the middle of the crosswalk.
Can't believe it.
Dude, New York, don't change. You're literally the best.
I love that dude. Excuse you.
Yeah, like telling a guy to off in the middle of the street, broad daylight, while strollering your kid.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't get any better. That is a true gem of a human.
From his point of view, I got my child in a stroller. There's a camera guy, maybe a producer, an audio guy, and then this guy standing 3 feet away from him.
Move,
Fuck you.
you. Move, dicks. I love it. That would never happen in LA.
Well, it happened.
It would. It'd be a homeless guy going,
Yeah.
No, but it would be a homeless guy. But like, honestly, in LA, they would just wait. And then when they yelled cut, they would be like, so my name's Craig. How are you doing? What are you guys filming? I do a little acting. That's what would happen in LA. Douches. They're talking. He wants to know how the paint and sip goes.
The producers wanted him to know how the paint and sip went.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't go great because the girls are still being 12-year-olds. And to a 12-year-old, everything matters.
But remind me again, why is TJ in the Big Apple with Michols?
Yeah, with Michols, I'm not sure. But with Kate Moss, who pulls up in an SUV and exits so eloquently for her meeting upstairs.
I didn't see that.
He's making fun of Michols.
I'm making fun of Michols.
Big for the britches kind of comment.
SUV in New York City like you're Kate Moss. Bro, calm down.
Who's Kate Moss?
I don't know. I read it on the internet. This scene made me so mad. This whole storyline's making me so mad because it's like, listen, get your bag. But like, you're an influencer. You're on a TV show, then you're an influencer and you get brand deals. You don't get to be a model just from nothing because you're kind of good looking. Is this making him less attractive to me? I used to be like, he was a handsome dude. Now I'm like, no, you don't get a cover and a trip to New York, and then a deal gets canceled because you're naked on a gay dude's web, which like she sent one of the three things, which was like, how in the hell does Michols get kicked off a gay dude dating site?
Like
that's almost impossible.
An all-male dating app. He has achieved the impossible.
Yeah.
For being inappropriate.
Yeah.
I did not know that there was a level of inappropriate that could be reached on an all-male dating site. I thought they were into the inappropriate.
Yeah. That's next level. Loses a deal over it. Not to worry. We'll get you reinstated to get the deal back. Oh, and Men's Wearhouse just happens to run a national campaign with you. What?
Here's the thing. You're pissed that he is a model. No, you can be a model, but what you can't say is, oh, I've just really worked hard for this, and this is really a dream that I've been wanting to pursue. And like, you can't put any weight in what you did to get here because you didn't. You're an influencer. And
That's what I'm
influencers
saying.
get to be on covers of things. So like you get these things because that's just the luck of the day and age that we're living in. What a time to be alive.
It's also, listen, I'm sorry. It's a national campaign, but you didn't get Dolce & Gabbana. You got Men's Warehouse.
You could get well, and that's
You know
the
what I'm
thing.
saying? Like
I
listen,
know.
national
This kid-
campaign, it's great for him, but it's
Yeah.
Men's Warehouse.
Organza was saying that like this dude's not a New York model, which like, yeah, 100%. He's a catalog guy at best. And I think we're seeing that. And no shade to the catalog people. Paige DeSorbo was a catalog guy. Look where she's at now. So like,
don't spread rumors.
yeah, the britches on this dude are popping, man.
The britches?
Yeah, like it's out of control with, and I'm upset that like be a model, fine. You're not unattractive. You're an attractive guy, but like, where don't you have to work a little bit?
The pictures weren't good in my mind.
They were horrible.
That jacket looked way too big for him. It didn't look good.
His face, the one face,
It's blue
he has
steel.
one face, and like, granted, he did show up and be like, "Yo, you're gonna have to pose me. I'm a brick." Great, he acknowledged it. You're not a brick, bro. You're a corpse. Like that's the Kardashian girl, Jenner. What's her name? When she first started modeling, the worst model on planet Earth, and she became the most famous model in the world. I'm like, I don't understand it.
Who?
Kendall?
Kylie Jenner,
Oh.
horrible. One face, boring, dull, nothing. And that every time, bazillions of dollars. She's finally getting better, but like she's horrible. Michael's you get to get this shit on the YouTube and nothing. Just one face. That makes me crazy.
Makes him crazy.
It does. I don't know why shitty models make me so mad, but they do. Nobody cares.
No.
Like I said, we're watching these back to back, and last time we recapped, we came off of Michael's just being a very unlikable, bratty, spoiled, me, and the gimmies. Like, so nothing that he gets right now is something that I'm going to be like, way to go, Michaels. I'm going to be like, huh.
Yeah, not impressed. Also, my dream is to be a model. Your dream is not to be a model, is to be hot. Or
Yeah.
is to be that hot, you
Yeah,
know?
bang hot
Once
guys
again,
and-
a lot of what Michaels is wanting other people to think something about him.
Yeah.
He wants other people to think he's hot. That's all he wants.
Yeah, right.
Listen, we all love a little validation. Everything I feel about him right now is just because I am upset with him.
Yeah, we're in a fight right
Can
now.
I be honest? Foof's the real winner. 3 dinners tonight.
I
He's
know.
crushing it.
Literally suckered Natalie so hard right now. Told her that I didn't feed him before we started filming. Got another dinner and ate that, and now is eating Minnie's dinner. And that's why he's the fat one. We're moving on. Joe and Maddie are finally going to talk after a week of not talking. Joe's on the phone telling some lady that he can't sell enough tickets to his birthday party. Most wild comment I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, because you don't have that many friends.
Yeah, seriously, loser.
I mentioned it in the last episode, but he specifically, I just want to impress Leva by throwing a party not at her club.
at a different place.
Way to go,
Super
bud.
impressive.
Way
Yeah.
to
Cool
go.
party. And so, yeah, Maddie comes over. I did think it was sweet that like they hadn't talked for a week, and she's like, "Hey, coming over. We need to talk." And he's like, "I love you." Okay, I love you.
Dude, and then the power move by Maddie just to rip what he's wearing. You don't look good.
Bro.
What you're wearing doesn't look good. such a power move to go into a let's work things out battle and then go, you look like shit.
Yeah, that's wild.
It was such a
White and
Zoolander
cream
moment.
is wild. But also, proud of Joe. Like, he took it and was like he flipped it on her. She
took it
tried to
like,
do it
okay.
and he flipped. He was like, yeah, literally the least of my problems right now is my outfit. So I like that.
I didn't buy it for a minute. I think that that's a bold choice to wear white with cream. Like, you definitely made a decision. That is a choice outfit.
You think Joe makes that decision?
1,000%. Joe thinks
His
he's very
his hair was
talented in
done.
this.
His hair was done.
His hair was coiffed. He's wearing white on cream like that. Like, you can't. You show up
wild?
at my house with that. I don't buy that anybody else had anything to do with that besides you.
Well, yeah, if you showed up at outside, but he's at home just chill. Those look like sweatpants and a
This is a
t-shirt.
shoot day,
It's a shoot
and he's got
day.
his
He
girlfriend
did
coming
his hair.
over.
That dude spends hours on his hair. His hair was done. He
Yeah.
knew it was a choice.
And his boo's coming over, who hasn't seen in a minute, and who has really kind of made him kind of like, oh God, is she not into me anymore? Like,
All right.
sorry. He
I
was
guess
just trying to make her feel like, literally the last thing on my mind. I don't know what is on Joe's mind. I don't see a lot floating around up there. I
mean,
guess he probably couldn't juggle
what
two
is-
things, so maybe he was right.
We touched on this, but like, yeah, just the fact that Joe thinks going out is business is bonkers to me.
That's his business.
It's him networking. Is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
What has it gotten you?
You don't know when you're gonna strike that one oil thingy.
Yeah, this whole conversation just made me upset, honestly.
Wait, even the end of it? Like, what made you upset?
He flipped this conversation, became the victim, and had her hug him like, oh, it's okay. It was a masterclass.
We've been listening to Joe talk about this party and his birthday and how it's his birthday week and he should be celebrated. And I can't believe that we haven't talked in 4 days. And this is so crazy. And this is my birthday, you guys. This is my last of my 20. It's my 30th birthday. Maddie's birthday is 4 days later. Maddie's birthday is 4 days later, dude. What in the actual hell? When she said that, bro, Joe, my birthday is next week. It's 4 days. We haven't heard about it one time.
I was 27 dating a 24-year-old, and she brought up the idea of a birthday week. I have never heard the words birthday week before until her, and I was like, what the is that?
What do you mean?
You were born on one day. You don't get a week.
Oh,
it's
bro.
your birthday. There's no
guy.
such thing as a birthday week.
New guy.
It's like saying Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. The Angels of Anaheim? What?
Well,
The birthday week? Birthday.
week. The week that your birthday is in.
You don't
Also,
be an
the
adult.
bigger part of the Los
Be an
Angeles
adult.
Angels of Anaheim is that Anaheim is not in Los Angeles. It's in Orange County. So off Angeles or Angels. Go back to Orange County.
Yeah, I don't know. A grown man saying I need a birthday week.
Listen, dudes don't get
It's
birthday
really
weeks.
pushing me. I don't think anyone gets a birthday week.
No, girls
Man
get a
or
birthday week.
Fuck you.
You're hanging out with the wrong girls. I don't do birthday weeks. I don't even want you to remember my birthday. Why would I want anyone
She
to
just
remember
wants a
that I'm
Craig
another
Conover
year?
hat. That's all she
I just
wants.
want my storyteller hat.
She just wants Craig Conover.
Also that. Are you not at all seeing the irony in what I was saying about, if you saw last week's episode, you will see that Mike and I had a bit of a discussion about this scene where I said Leva could have done a little more in this conversation. Maddie is dealing with a dude that doesn't even realize that her birthday is in 4 days. And we're talking all about him. I would like to see somebody remember something for Maddie, to tell Maddie something about how, hey man, do you? Don't worry about these other hoes.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was trying to say because of instances like this. It happens to her all the time. She just opens herself up to it.
I mean, he also played the Craig Conover, I like alcohol too much card. And you're like, come on, man. Okay, what am I? It's like when you say I can't come to work because I'm shitting out my ass. I'm explosive diarrhea. I can't come. And you're like, okay, whatever.
Works every time.
Like, it's like as soon as you bring up, I may have a drinking problem, especially to someone who has a drinking problem, they're going to back down.
Well, I don't know how effective that was. I think it was the anxiety thing because that's what you were able to get away with in 2026. When did it start happening? 2020 about? Where suddenly anxiety became a thing that we haven't all had our entire lives and just overcome or grown with or figured out how to work around it. This is the most overdiagnosed generation ever. Like now anxiety is, you're nervous.
What did someone...
Anxiety gets you out of week-long arguments with your girlfriend because all he did was drop that word and then she's suddenly tearing up and hugging him.
Well, she hugged him because she was like, how can I help you with your birthday party planning? And he's like, you can hug me. And she didn't even really want to do that. She half harmed him.
That was something I want you, don't skip that. That was interesting. That is not a hug that I would be giving if I'm being like, I haven't talked to my boyfriend for a week because we are warring right now. But like, if I'm really in this, I haven't seen him for a week. I'm going to be so thrilled to have that resolve and get over it. She literally didn't. I think that he wanted her to come like sit down with him and hug him. She stayed standing, put her one arm around and just kind of pat him.
Yeah.
And like in like a very bro-y way. Yeah. Is that something?
It wasn't bro-y. It was a little kiddie.
Okay.
Like you're like a little like pity. It was a pity
it was
pat.
a pity hug.
Yeah.
So is there anything else to take from that, do you think?
Yeah, I think she's getting sick of Joe. But also they're still together. So that's the part where, again, we talk about this all the time. He's like, are we recapping and deep diving the show that we're shown or the lives of people on the reality show? Right?
Yeah.
And then that means, is it the show or is it the show and Instagram? What's happening now? Blah, 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 right? So like they're still together.
Yeah.
Later on, he tells his brother he's going to propose and he hasn't said, okay, well, that's going to be shown at the reunion, which means before next year, which means she's seen it, which means they're still together. So like, unless we wake up tomorrow and they're broken up because she's freaking out, there's something, it doesn't, but it did.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. My favorite part of this whole thing was when she was like, Joe, you need to get rid of your delulu brain. Like your brain is delusional and it's causing problems. Like this is your brain. This is your delusional brain. You need to get rid of that. And he's like, I needed that. Dude, I rewound it 5 times and pissed my pants. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen on this show. I needed that. What a dumb Joe thing to say.
That was banger, Joe.
I needed that.
Good job, Joe. You got to give Joe's credit where Joe's credit is due.
Yeah, seriously. And then at the end with the hug, he's like, you could help me by giving me a hug. A 20-second hug reduces stress. And she corrects him.
Yeah.
It's anxiety, not stress. A 20-second hug reduces anxiety.
It's not what you just mentioned that you had, Joe?
And she said that last episode with Julia where she's like, water reduces stress. But like, how do you know all these statistics about things?
PowerPoints. Lots and lots of PowerPoints.
No, but you know what?
Dude, do you think she has a PowerPoint of those, all the things? Water equals this, hug equals this.
I would love to see her hard drive. Just all these journals and PowerPoints.
I bet you would like to see her hard drive.
At that thing with her sponsor, she said, I'm here to stop the cycle of whatever it was. And her sponsor like finished the sentence and she was like, yeah, I know you always say that. You've said that for a long time.
Right.
So I think she might be one of those people that just repeats the same, like, the human head weighs 8 pounds.
Right. But like you said in the last episode, though, you think she's the type of person that every day has a checklist, and that's why she's succeeding at her sobriety and her life and whatever.
Yeah.
Is that because every day she's got the checklist, it's working. At some point, she realized, wow, things have changed since I'm checking off all the things on the checklist and saying all the things that I'm supposed to say. I'm going to keep doing that because why wouldn't you?
Imagine where your life would be if you dropped 180 pounds of dead weight.
I don't think she even weighs 180 pounds. I'm kidding. All right, now we're back to work. TJ and Michols are back home from banging all the dudes in New York City and getting their big modeling contracts. TJ basically got home like 10 seconds ago, apparently. Michols still thinks he's in New York because he's asking customers if they want a bottle tonight. It's Sunday, middle of the day. And Justin is bummed that the peanut gallery might have ruined what could have been.
You were never going to get me. She wanted to go to her favorite restaurant. That's what happened.
And you were paying.
They might have had a second casual date, but I think it was the kiss. She says something specific. We shared a steak and a funny kiss. No one's into funny kisses. Like, that's
Clowns.
not hot.
And then we find out Lick has a new girlfriend, which I'll be honest, I didn't know we lost the old girlfriend. Did we know this yet?
I mean, I feel like if the old girlfriend was around, we would have heard of her.
Valid, but it also made me realize that it didn't even occur to me to like remember her or think about her or be like, where's the new girl? Where's the old girlfriend?
I loved like saying fish tacos for life. So funny.
That was inappropriate.
She likes ladies with curly hair.
She likes people that look exactly like her.
I like that she acknowledged it though.
Huh.
I was fine with that.
Yeah.
She was like, listen, maybe I love myself. Who knows? That was funny. All right. Now we're with Brad. He's back home looking for a
Julio.
sweet treat. My kind of guy. And Julia calls. Babe, what's going on? Whoo, she's not happy. She just got back from the hair salon, and boy, were the rumors swirling. Apparently, Emmy's still out and about talking mad shit about Brad and what happened. And now he was banging on her door, and now she's also naked in the bathroom. But her fiance and his mom are out in the hotel room. This is where I was like,
you're on the phone.
she was screaming. So like, there's a lot of this story. Like, I've been on Brad's side this whole time, and like Julia's helping me out with that a lot. And like, I'm with you, buddy. Emmy's a Looney Tune. I think Will's
you needed a
Looney.
white woman to come in and make sure you believe Brad. Is that what happened? You just needed.
Yeah.
Emmy's a weirdo. Will's a weird. Like, they're all. I could see that family being weird, right? But also now she was screaming so loud you could hear her 12 rooms away. Which also, like, why is she screaming in a hotel room with two people? It'd be like me screaming at you guys, telling you a story that just happened.
But that's also exaggeration. 12 rooms away.
So is screaming. Well, why would she be screaming?
I don't know, dude.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, this was the first episode where I was like, oh, this whole thing is seeming super fishy.
You know what really pissed
Also, banging on the door. If someone's banging on my door, we're fighting. I'm opening the door. We're fighting.
But what if
and
you're
then
naked?
we're asking questions.
You're naked in the
What if you're
bathroom.
naked and scared.
Will was there. Will was in the room.
Right.
He's
Brad
a lawyer.
said this earlier. Why were you so worried with your husband? Or somebody did. Like, if someone's banging on my hotel room, that's not lasting long. Like, and I might get my fucking ass kicked. I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm Conor McGregor over here, but like, something's going to happen. And like, I don't understand any of this now.
Emmy is a bold-faced liar.
Yes, no.
She's a
that's-
lying liar who lies and
Yeah.
continues to perpetuate this thing. Maybe she's also one of these people that just says the same things over and over and over
I
every
mean,
day.
yeah, by the end of the episode, clearly, if it wasn't clear before, we find out that Emmy is I was like, she's a pathological liar.
She's a
And then I
pathological
changed
liar.
my thing and was like, I think a pathological liar knows they're lying. I don't know that for sure, but I'm guessing. She doesn't. She's just like, she's just stupid. Like, I don't even understand. She lies and doesn't think she's lying and thinks she's telling the truth, and then will double down on the lie, but then go back and say, like, it's the craziest shit I've ever seen. At the end, when she says that, when the girl's like, did you at least take accountability? I didn't even get a chance.
That was Bella.
You had 17 chances. That was the chance. That's why Julia brought you out there.
You know the most frustrating thing about this, and it's just maybe I'm old school. There's just a certain relationship you're supposed to have with your hairstylist. You know, you're supposed to be able to talk to that person, your barber. You know,
This is true.
they shouldn't just be going out there spreading more. You know, what I say to my barber is between me and my barber.
Listen, you're not
That
wrong.
barber has a code.
In Julia's defense, though, she did not say that it was the hairdresser that told her. She said she heard.
No,
it.
she did.
Oh, she did.
She did. She said the hairstylist where I was getting my hair does Emmy's hair, and she told me yada yada. And there's a code.
That's
Well,
unethical.
right. So think about what would have spurred a hairstylist to break that code, which they are so famous for not breaking. It's literally everyone talks about them being like my confidant.
Sounds like your hairstylist is gossip.
It sounds to me like Emmy's probably lied about her hairstylist before, and her hairstylist has had to say that actually didn't ever dye her hair black. That never happened.
Well, did her hairstylist scare her?
Oh, probably pounded on her door.
Wait, what? I'm so lost.
I'm saying that if a hairstylist perpetuates gossip that you tell her, which they are known to not do, then I would say that the problem lies likely with Emmy. I would say that Emmy, it was so horrible that she caused her hairstylist to break the most sacred code that there is.
I did like Brad's OTF because he gets it as far as he's like, I think Emmy gets it. But then I think Emmy goes and talks to Will or talks to her mother, and they try to princess her up like, oh, it couldn't have been you. You're not that person. And she gets in her head. She goes, you know what? I am a good person. Them. But like, I just like how Brad acknowledges, like, I believe Emmy deep down gets it. I believe the people around her are with her head and working her back up. So we keep just making this a thing.
I don't think it's them babying her or princessing her up. I think it's them lawyering her up. I think it's them in a way being like, don't admit you're not taking the fall for this. Don't ever go back on it. This is our word. This is our fed. You don't understand how that, like, all the things, like when there was like and probably still is, but like the classic lawyers are evil joke, right? It's been the thing forever.
Lawyers are liars.
Lawyers are liars. Lawyers are the scum of the earth. Lawyers are the worst. All the things, right? There's a reason for that. And I'm getting that vibe from Emmy, but like through her family. Like it seems like I don't think she gets it. I think she's pretty clueless, to be honest.
I've been saying all this from literally the time that we saw her go talk to her sister immediately after apologizing.
Yeah, he has no
been
idea.
on a downward spiral since then.
I think she believes that, and like that's what's in her head, right? And everybody else is like, it didn't happen, and because it didn't happen the way you're saying it, it's becoming a race thing. Like what you're saying is not, it's a race thing because that's not what happened. Had it happened, then yes, maybe it has no bearing whether he's a black guy or a white guy or whatever, because the thing happened, a man was abusive to a woman, and that's not right. But it didn't happen. So now it's a thing, right? So I don't think Emmy understands that. And I think she goes home and gets pumped up with these lawyers that are like, here's what you're gonna say, don't admit anything, defend this, defend that, tell them they're wrong, and then she's not really good at that.
Can you imagine being this family and like you got to accept this little twit into your family, and it's like literally the dumbest little twit you've ever met, and you're like, well, she's ours now.
Yeah.
So we've got to show her the way of because she's too dumb to take care of herself. So
dumb.
Yeah.
That we tell her what to say and she that up.
Yeah. So we got to keep telling her every time she comes home. We got to bring it. Emmy, did anybody bring up the thing again?
And we can't
did.
let her go because she knows too much stuff about what we've told her. Way to go, Will.
Yeah,
You've
nice
ruined the
job.
family name. Do you think they have mock no, like it's not a mock trial, but like mock whatever. Like, Emmy, where are you going? Oh, we're going to paint and sip, and we're gonna do it. All right, we're having a mock paint and sip. Sit down. Here's what's gonna happen. Here's what you're gonna say. And they just drill her in mock trial all day long.
I had to be in one of those once for Elizabeth, and she worked for a huge firm, and she went to Harvard Law, and she asked me to take a role in it. And I kind of went rogue and started saying something on the stand, and the judge ripped me a new asshole.
Why do you always got to do your own thing?
Because I
Not
thought I was
listen to
helping Elizabeth's
anything.
case. She wasn't mad. She had to lose the case because she had to for the precedent or whatever. But like, I caused some questions to be asked.
Such a pain in the ass, this one. I swear to God.
I got a little smirk grin from Elizabeth from the counselor's table.
I bet you did.
She liked it.
Now we're with Maddie. She's picking up Michols for Joe's B-Days, checking in, seeing how New York was. When she was sick, she lost a couple DJ gigs, and one that she really wanted, they got back. It's a Punta Cana. She's played all over domestically, but has always wanted to play internationally, so she's super pumped that she got this gig back. Seems like it's going to be a big trip with everybody, which will be super fun. She asked about New York, and I'm starting to worry. I don't like TJ, so I'm not that worried. But I am starting to worry about TJ. Apparently, Michols, they went and had a party. Like, they had fun. Like, they went to New York. They did what they said they were going to do. Michols made out with like 3 dudes and TJ. And TJ made out with Michols. And I have a feeling that TJ is playing this, I'm going to chase Michols and keep making out with him and doing this stuff, knowing that nothing's going to happen. And then he can get to the reunion and pull a Joe Bradley thing. Like, well, remember that time you accidentally touched my wiener? I thought we were in love, Joe.
I
Joe's
wouldn't put it past
gay.
him. Yeah.
Like, I think he's using this to have a victim story, like to have another, like, oh, woe is me, I'm so brokenhearted, nobody loves me. Yeah, but you're going after people who don't love you. So, like,
it would be the only story that he had all year because the first one was
only
recycled from last season.
Yeah. A lot of these stories are recycled from last season.
Yeah, this show sucks.
at least he
you guys.
recycles.
You know we saw a trailer before the season began, banging trailer,
So good.
where we were like, oh,
We need to
this
watch
is
it again.
because Travis started watching and he was like, do you guys kind of feel like this show's kind of just like hanging off the edge of a cliff? And we were like, no, this is going to be the season.
Well, I'll tell you
Get
when we
that
get to
trailer
the
guy.
end where I think it might be. And I'll tell you why. I'll explain when we get there.
Explain it to us.
Everyone's at Brad and Julia's house, maybe. I
Yeah,
can't
it's at
tell
Brad
where.
and Julia.
Brad and Julia, and they're all getting ready. This was fun, funny scene where like people's different experiences with emo and what they thought it was or didn't think it was.
Brad had to Google emo.
Yeah, Brad, no idea. But also, honestly, had one of the better emo costumes. Like he did a great job. I also think that now and maybe emo changes with generations because emo for me is The Cure, Depeche Mode, Susie and the Banshees, like emo music, like shit you would cry to and wear makeup. And these kids this is not emo. Like Joe's talking about being a punk rocker kid and they're talking about like electric guitars and shit. That's rock and roll. It's to me, that's not emo.
It's more of a punk rock scene.
It's not punk rock either.
Okay.
Punk rock is gnarly. Punk rockers will beat the shit out of emo kids. Kidding me? Start with us.
There was a whole generation of emo that had nothing to do with The Cure and Depeche Mode. It was like Death Cab for Cutie, and I can't even remember all the names because I was never really into it.
But like Death Cab was 2000, the early aughts, The Cure, and it was the early aughts Depeche Mode. You know what I mean? Like,
but I see The Cure and Depeche Mode way more in like the late 80s, early 90s.
Right, but synth rock, like Death Cab for Cutie type bands was that for 2000, whatever they came out. Like it's just that era, same deal, same genre, I believe. But like My Chemical Romance, aren't they like a rock band ish?
Kinda. I mean, I feel like they're more emo.
There's like 5 of those bands that it's like, okay, if you're one of these, and I can't even remember the other ones. If you name them, I would remember.
Yeah, I'm doing the same. I'm having the same problem right now.
Yeah, what was the one that Jared Leto was in?
30 Seconds to Mars.
But I don't think they're emo. That's not an emo band.
No,
it's a
it's
rock
not.
band.
The looks of him was very emo. So I think that what you're seeing in this theme party is sort of like wait, are they a part of it? No, I think, but because some people very much look the part, but it is a theme party. We're all dressing this way. So take Jared Leto out of his band, put him in any of those other bands, and like, oh, he's super emo. Yeah. But like, I think it's a look. It was a style. So I think this was just kind of hard to nail.
Mia was pretty funny. She showed up and was like, yeah, I don't do emo. I was the jock in my family, which I guess that she played volleyball. They cut to a picture of her in her volleyball deal. It was funny though that she had everyone was giving her shit for her costume, and she's like, I'm pulling a Grace Lily and I'm out of here because you guys didn't tell me. That was very funny.
Yeah, you guys aren't really good friends to me. No one told me.
How quickly y'all turn on Grace Lily for Maya?
First of all, her name's Mia. Second of all, who turned on Grace Lily?
She was just making fun of Grace Lily, and y'all are like, oh, it's so funny that she was picking on Grace Lily and her drug addiction.
She wasn't making fun of her. She just cracked a funny joke in her honor.
Oh, okay.
I think Grace Lily would like it.
I think she would too. She would have laughed. But before we get to Joe's party, Joe's brother Michael came to town. Great name.
Joe and Michael, Italian family.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well, he's like, we're 15 months apart. We're not Irish twins. We're Italian twins. Pretty funny. But then, so Joe's nice guy. Feels a little inadequate because Michael's got a big time corporate exec job in Chicago, doing all right for himself. I feel like he maybe is the younger brother.
No, I felt like he was the older brother.
Was he the older?
Yeah.
Michael's never worn makeup before, so they're gonna do a little makeup and get ready for the party. Joe says he's gonna propose to Mia.
Maddie.
Michael supports that. He really likes Maddie.
Who doesn't?
Travis.
Oh, she just needs to stop being walked on.
That'd be nice. There are moments I really like Maddie. I think Maddie's doing a crackerjack job at so much of life, and then she has moments that I'm like,
girl. That's what you wanted to say.
That's right.
I think I would get my hair ripped out if I said that to anyone. Girl.
You tripping. The proposal thing sucks. That he said that on camera. And like we got engaged recently. It didn't work out the way I'd always dreamed it.
She said no?
That's my fault, not yours.
What'd she say?
She said yes, but like it wasn't a surprise.
There's only 2 ways it could go, and that's
how it went down. Because listen, we've been together almost 17 years. It was 16 before we got engaged. Not a lot of surprises in a 16-year relationship. Like obviously we talked about getting married. We knew we were going to get married. But like the surprise of when it happened and the whole I don't know. I think that's cool.
You didn't rent out a Ferris wheel, pay the guy to stop at the top.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%. And I would have liked to have done that. And
go to a restaurant, act like you're choking, get someone to save you with a Heimlich.
And
will
cough
you
out a
marry
slimy
me? Yeah.
ring. That would have been a good one too. I didn't think about that.
You
So,
did
yeah.
blow it. And the only reason that it's okay is because the ring is a good.
Girl.
You did something right.
Yeah. So that's why it's a blip on the radar, or it's a blip in the rear view, the radar, whatever it is. But had it not been, I would have been like, wow, you had almost 17 years to choose what you did, which was nothing.
Cool
That was
story.
your fault.
It's my fault.
Yeah. But whatever. It's fine.
I made a joke and said, oh my God, if you're never going to do it, I would just at least like the jewelry. And so then he got up and went into the camera box, and I guess he's been keeping the ring in the
exactly how
whatever this thing is.
Whatever.
It's a camera cabinet, a camera supply desk. I don't know. He'd been keeping it there. I didn't know. So just because I cracked one joke,
So yeah, it sucked, and I'll never live that down. And
I didn't even bring it up. You did.
so yeah, I think that's a bummer for Maddie, but too bad. So sad. They probably won't get married anyways.
Really, just a weird scene with his brother. I don't know. It just
What
felt
was weird about
I don't know.
it?
It just like
It was kind of sweet.
I don't know. It just felt like the whole scene was to explain that he's getting married. Like I don't know. I didn't see any other value in his brother besides to show that Joe's another piece of shit.
Joe bringing it up how he did on TV, she's going to feel even more pressure to say yes, even if she's having 50 million doubts about it. I just think that should have been a private thing, and I don't like it.
Yeah, it definitely should have been private because, like I said, there's this surprise is gone, and Maddie doesn't get to experience that. That being said, like he blew the surprise. Well, I don't know if he did. Like
mean,
they're
they talk
talking
about
about
it.
getting married. In the
Totally.
conversation, she's like, "You're talking here about you want to marry me, you want to do this, that, and the other." Well, I've got some, there's some things that need to happen first. So
yeah, if he
the
asks
kind of
her
romance
before
of it.
making any real changes with how he goes about anything in life, then
she should 100% say no.
She
Obviously,
should,
she should
but
say no.
these little things are they're going to give her guilt. And that's on her. Everyone's responsible for themselves. She should say no and own. And if she says yes, you got to own it. That's on you, whatever. But all I'm saying is I'm picking up on these things now because of getting to know her better and seeing her soft spots.
Yeah, I think, like you said, if he doesn't change, then people can shit on her for saying yes. But I think because they've talked about it, because she's said also on camera, you're talking about wanting to marry me. I'm gonna need this, that, and the other. I think she's allowed herself the freedom to say no when he asks, and not get any shit for it. Obviously, somebody's gonna give her shit for it, but like she's set her boundaries, and it's up to Joe now to deal with it and fix it. And if he does, then Joe, you get to live your dream life with your dream woman. If you don't, your dream lady's going to go live her life with somebody else. And DJ James Kennedy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now we're at the party, the big freaking party, which I'll be honest, I'm having a hard time believing if it's Joe or if it's the two dudes that do emo night forever and plan actual parties all the time. But this party was banging.
Packed.
Like so packed.
Yeah.
So fun. Perfect. Like perfect. It was you nailed this.
Yeah. The parties and the cameos alone had me like going back and being like, wait, what episode? Is this the finale? Like it was kind of a banger of a presentation.
So,
You know?
here's my take.
Okay.
Since Amanda and West, you ruined Summer House. Who knows where we're going with that? I think that's why they're shoving Molly and Charlie. And if we're always talking about like, hey, it's a TV show, best way to make it on TV shows is to get date. You guys want to date? Charlie, you're new. Justin, you're new. Do you guys want, like, if we're talking about the conspiracy of the relationships of it all, right? Molly, or Sally rather, biggest story of the season on Southern Charm, now popping in. She says a couple times, but like, oh, this is Mia's friend now. And now Charlie and Justin are dating. They're still together. So like, what a fantastic crossover event to have between Southern Charm and Southern Hospitality moving forward, now that we don't have any Summer House crossover.
Yeah. So basically what they would do is because Winter House was the crossover time. So you're thinking that they're going to have a different kind of spinoff, or Winter House.
Not spinoff. I just mean like the Paige and Craig thing. Paige and Craig together kept Summer House and Southern Charm together. where
Yeah.
Craig would go to Summer House, Paige would go to Southern Charm, and it was great because everybody would need to watch. Not everybody did, but
Yeah.
like now you're getting. I got to watch 2 shows now,
Right.
right? I think that's what they're going to try to do here.
I'm saying is that we haven't had a winter house in a minute. And since Summer House is up in the air, it does seem like I would like to see there to be. Have you watched any of the summer or winter houses?
All of them.
Okay. I think that everybody is kind of dying to see, like, y'all all live in Charleston. Like, I'm your friend. You've got to be friends. If these people are all friends, like, I'm sure you're all crossing paths all the time and coming to each other's bars. It's such a small place. So I would love to see like a little 2-week Winter House-esque thing between those 2 shows. And they can just leave Summer House to clean up on aisle 5 over there. Like, I don't know who's from there that I would care to see on a Winter House type show right now.
Jesse?
I would love to never see Jesse ever again anywhere.
Wow.
Yeah, so this party was super banging. He's nervous because he's put this whole party on to impress Leva, apparently.
He did this party for himself, for no one else besides himself.
Yeah.
If other things good come from it, yeah, I did that. But no, this was all on his own ego.
Yeah, it felt like he went to throw himself a party, and then like maybe along the way, people have been like, "Oh, so then you could show Leva, like that's gonna be good." He's like, "Yeah,
I told you guys. I've been telling you guys.
Yeah.
You spend money to
Spend
make
money,
money.
make money.
You got to drink money to make investment of money. I have dreams. God. Oh.
Joe said, emo music heals my soul. I don't think it's meant for
It's
that.
the exact opposite.
Yeah,
No, you're
yeah.
supposed to
It's about the
wallow.
angst of
Yeah.
it.
It's
Yeah.
wallowing,
Yeah.
you're
It's
angsty.
emotional.
Falling asleep in your hair dye and your red lipstick."
Oshin enters the chat.
Bro.
Yeah,
I don't know why this made me so happy.
Me too. That's how shitty this show has gotten.
Yeah,
is that
maybe
the most
that's it.
obnoxious guy from prior seasons is now looking like a top tier choice for next.
Totally.
I didn't know about Oshin and Lake.
Like,
I don't
nobody
think
did.
anyone did.
I mean, they all did.
No,
but
this
they
was
didn't
news to
tell
me
us.
for sure.
Yeah, that was funny. I like when they did Lake's interview and
His
she's
all-
like, "Do you have anything to say about Oshin?" She just screamed and was like, "That's all I have to say."
It also sounds like somebody with an accent saying ocean and lake. Oshin.
Oshin.
Oh
Would you
my
take my
God.
The lake and the
Ocean?
ocean.
So
Into
if
the ocean.
so, that's a lot of news to find out about someone who literally just told us last episode that she's fish for life.
Dude, they threw it out there and then went right over it. They're
Yeah.
like, hey, this happened. We got other
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
And then 1 year ago, also from this time, is when she was hooking up with Brad. So first of all, don't ever say fish tacos for life, because that is just putting a massively horrible, for lack of a better word, stench on a.
So you're not a fish taco fan.
Not anymore.
Okay.
Ruined those.
I mean, I was, but can't find the Rubios now. So Leva finally shows up, and honestly, I'm like, oh, she's going to be so pumped. Yeah, she's not super pumped that Joe didn't have the
Wherewithal?
wherewithal to think this through and take it to a venue that his boss owns, that he's trying to get a venue that he can own with his boss. He took it to the place across the street.
That's how we know that this was never supposed to be a business thing or have anything to do with Leva. That was an idea that came to him after the fact, probably just by someone commenting about it.
Yeah.
Other than, like, listen, that's the best case. The worst case is that Joe is even dumber than we thought. Almost as dumb as Emmy, who shows up to the party in a Britney Spears outfit.
Emmy's
Like
these
the
two-
princess of pop and rainbows and Skittles.
Bro, if Janet and Emmy get a podcast,
Joe and Emmy. Oh
Joe and
my
Emmy have to have a
God.
podcast. That would be
They could both be called Jimmy.
Jemmy,
Jamie.
the Jemmy podcast. And they just giggle for like 30 seconds. That's the intro. Just dumb giggles.
Hmm.
I want to hear them
Alright,
talk
well,
about conspiracy theories.
Let's.
There's so many
Oh my
going on at this
God,
party.
bro.
So
Should we reach out and offer him a Nowtify deal?
Yeah,
I guess
big deals
chips.
happening over here.
Justin and Charlie happened. That little boop, boop,
Listen,
boop, boop.
I am loving this. I'm loving this because eat your heart out, Craigie. I
Craig was
love.
right
What was Craig right about?
that she was seeing other people while they were
What?
Oh,
while
what?
he was the number one guy in the group and had chosen his number one girl in the group.
That he would have chosen before Paige. Whatever, dude. This is
You
amazing.
guys keep your Souch talk out of Soho, okay?
Same street.
Also, you guys are going to hate this, but words matter. And Justin said, and I quote, the boy's a free agent now. I thought you were always a free agent. What are you talking about, Justin?
Yeah, valid.
After all this and going, why did she make it a big deal? Why would you use those words?
Because
He's
funny.
not so smart either.
There's a lot of dummies down there. Do you think that's why Will left? Because he's like, you guys are so dumb. I can't.
No.
I'm gonna go
Will
be a
left
CPA.
because he was about to get he's like, if I stay here any longer, I'm gonna get caught. Like,
Yeah, maybe.
yeah, I'd like to keep doing what I've been doing. I've been enjoying those doings, and I can't do that if I stay here.
Also, I don't know. I heard law school's hard or something. I don't know. I mean,
If you're
not for Craig Conover.
Nope.
It's hard because people are trying to otherize you.
It's just that this is shot in the summer, so it wouldn't unless you're doing summer law school. I don't.
He said dummy had to go to summer school. Do you think they have summer school for law
Don't
school?
lawyers usually like intern other places
I'm
in
sure.
the summer?
Yeah,
or
totally.
whatever?
Well, he had
yeah.
an internship.
Yeah, at his
Yeah.
dad's office.
Yeah.
So there's that. Yeah. So I think he could have swung both things.
Well, he
Pretty-
did the first season.
Right.
or three
So
or
he
whatever.
could have kept doing that.
Yeah.
It's except for the banging became an issue.
He should have started like a pillowcase company.
Yeah.
Emmy's here.
Julio's upset.
Not happy about that, rightfully so.
Hyperventilating. And, I can't breathe. I'm so upset.
It's probably the spiked necklace.
Basically, what I've learned when I heard Brad go, I love a theme, and I always hate a theme. I feel like people that are super hot and in shape love a theme because they're just excited to put their hot bodies
Right.
into anything and be like, what do you think? You
Yeah.
know? And it's just a new way to show it off. And that's why I don't love themes, because I'm always like, oh God.
It's also why I love winter. Layers.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't have to wear one piece of cloth so you can see everything.
Yeah.
All of my
I love a blazer.
curves.
Lake is here with her new girl, Lanessa. Looks like Lake. Who says that about her? Somebody tells Lake.
Jonessa is her name, not Lenessa.
Jonessa. Cute, looks just like Lake. And then O'Sheen comes up to be like, what's up, love of my life? Who they banged
Multiple times.
multiple times, a little 3-day rendezvous. And
I would have a hard time understanding how anybody accidentally banged O'Sheen once, but to find out that she came back for more. How lesbian are you? Yeah, the trend.
but he brings it up that she looks like Lake, and that Lake is like, maybe I love myself. Big deal. Big whoop.
Yeah.
So Justin and Charlie have their little chat, talk about how they met. They slide into the DMs, which is how you meet these days. And then they kind of, listen, who knows what will happen. But I did think it was a little cute-ish that to me, the relationships that last the longest or the forevers or whatever almost always start with, we had dinner and then we didn't separate for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever. That's this one.
I mean, he also put in there, I lied that I couldn't get in my apartment.
We've all done that.
Starting a relationship off the lie. Way to go, bud.
Whatever.
If he really lied about that in order to stay at her house, that's so creepy. I have to believe that she kind of knew he was
Yeah, of course.
kind of joking.
Of course, you know. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Which makes it cute. Otherwise, it makes
Otherwise,
it
it's
creepy.
creepy.
Stalker.
Yeah.
No, it's cute. I think he had a grin about it, silly, whatever. That seemed to be what happened. Like
The
they had dinner and they're
inciting
like,
incident.
well, I don't want to leave.
Yeah.
And which is super cute. And
Yeah.
now they're still together
Yeah.
months and months and months and months later.
That's
So
how you pass up the Craig Conover, is that you meet someone that you're like, oh, holy shit, we are
I don't want
magnetized
to
to
leave.
each
Yeah,
other.
Totally.
Yeah, and I just had the opportunity to date this guy who's the most popular man on Bravo, because everybody was wondering, I can't believe she just kind of flubbed this whole thing. But she met someone I think she's totally head over heels for.
Yeah.
So
Which happens when Craig's the other option.
Mm.
Joe is pumped. He's pumped about his mosh pit, which is great. Good job, Joe. While Mia and Sally are talking about Lake, Sally's kind of checking in on Mia. She's like, oh, this girl right here, blah, 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 beef, beef, beef. And then Mia walks up to Lake to squash it. But Lake says she doesn't want to do this. It's Joe's birthday, and that she wants to respect Joe's birthday. And when Mia finally leaves,
Which at this point, totally cool with. Brad did the
Love
same
that.
thing with Emmy. I don't want to have this conversation right now. Thank you so
We're-
much.
Yeah.
Totally cool.
Done.
Way to go, Lake. End it.
Yep, done.
Finish.
Smile, everything was fine. This was great. And finally, Mia was like, cool. She walks away. Would have been great. Without the,
End it there.
I'm not talking to that bitch. I'm not okay, time out. Everything was perfect. You didn't want to cause a scene at Joe's birthday. Now she's gone and you're causing a scene at Joe's birthday. What the actual hell?
get a hold of yourself.
Yeah. What's with all the
Yes.
waves in this lake, baby?
Yeah, this is not wavy, baby.
Yeah.
Lake and Mia pointed out
You're really
They did a lot of pointing.
I've only watched this episode once, and they just went on about the point. You don't point at me. You don't point at me. You guys are pointing at each other.
Yeah, no, I always had to take a bunch, and I had to keep rewinding. Like, there's so much pointing going on.
So much going on.
And I had it on double speed too, and I had to turn it off double speed because I'm like, this doesn't look normal. I think it's because it's on the double speed. It was normal. It just is a little fat. But like, yeah, a lot of pointing, and then nothing happened.
Yeah, very
Nothing
anticlimactic. Nobody
Nothing.
even threw a drink. I thought bare minimum we're getting a drink thrown.
So,
Who do you think? Okay, no one's hitting each other, but you think a drink's getting
Yeah,
thrown.
yeah.
I
I thought that Lake was going to throw her drink at
See,
me.
I think if Lake throws her drink at Mia's swinging.
100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100. I'm surprised Mia didn't swing,
I
right?
know.
But like also, what's a birthday party like this without a fight? You got to have a fight at the birthday party like this. My 21st birthday had a top 5 fight I've ever seen in my life between two of my friends. Big dudes. Beat the shit out of each other. Started inside, went outside, down the stairs, down the sidewalk,
like a
back
birthday
the
gift?
sidewalk. What?
It's like a birthday gift, entertainment
I
kind
mean,
of thing.
in hindsight, it kind of sucked actually. One dude got really beat up, but the fight was insane, right?
Me and Lake should have taken
can't-
it to the mosh pit.
You what?
You can solve a lot of things in a mosh
You
pit.
totally can.
You know?
You totally can. Whoever walks out's the winner. So yeah, I know we're not done. We still have more party time to go. But like, if a fight doesn't break
Yeah,
out,
but spoiler alert, no one fights.
I'm gonna be bummed.
Consider him bummed.
Do you think the producer went up to Julia like, "Hey, we thought there was gonna be a bigger blow up. You're gonna have to go.
Yeah,
Could you? It was supposed to be next episode.
yeah.
But could you just go pull her out real
We're
quick?
gonna need to do this real quick. Yeah, so that was anticlimactic. Not as fun as it probably should have been or could have been. So now Julia wants some. She's like, I can get in on this. I want my fight. She takes Emmy outside quite abruptly and quick, which was funny. Emmy's like, "Ooh, you're really moving." Sometimes Emmy's funny. Like, she's a dumb but like sometimes she says shit that makes me laugh.
The fact that Julia brought her out there and Emmy had any idea at all, like her notion was that, oh, I think someone's talking to me. This is great.
An olive branch.
Yeah. That she thought that's what it was. That this chick's gonna come help you mend this thing where you're trashing her boyfriend and just dragging him all over town.
Why so dumb, Emmy?
Oh my
Why so
God.
dumb?
It's the way Will likes him.
Yeah.
Must
What is
be.
those things? If dumb shaped, why not something? Or it's friend shaped. Why
If
not friendly?
Dumb, why dumb shape?
Yeah,
You know what,
dumb,
though?
why dumb shaped. That would be
I'm
it.
proud of Emmy. She made it through minutes and minutes of not hyperventilating or crying. She
That's-
threw it in at the end because she had nowhere to go. So she's like,
Yeah.
But she made it a
That's
long.
a good point.
She made it a while.
And she stormed off and got called back and
Yeah,
came back.
yeah.
Like, so that's a good point. Good job, Emmy.
Growth.
Yeah.
Growth.
Yeah. So this fight was a little weird because these two are friends, obviously.
Are they?
And well, they were. Emmy. I mean, this is what I mean. I don't know. Have any other reason not to believe it? Julia's never said anything otherwise. She actually confirmed that Emmy was the person that convinced her to date Brad or encouraged it. Emmy says she got her to move there. So like, this is something. And by the end of it, Emmy is so stupid. Julia's like, I'm done. I can't do this. We're done.
There's a confessional from a few episodes back where they're talking about how she introduced Brad and got them to start dating. And she goes, frankly, I thought he would have cheated on her by now. Like, that's not funny.
Yeah.
And so then you hooked them up thinking that Brad was a cheater. And then you were just, so then you put your stamp of approval on Brad to this girl.
Yeah,
and
maybe
then,
you're right, Travis. Maybe they weren't friends.
or Emmy's just a sociopath.
Yeah, Emmy's a weirdo.
Yeah. Emmy's on another planet.
Emmy just likes to talk to a lot of people and not realize there's a camera next to her. What, they pull up 3 scenes of her just saying
Bro.
exactly that?
The best. But that was after, like, they fight. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't say that. I can. No, this is impossible. And then the afterwards with Bella or Ella or Krella, whatever the
Bella. Her name's Bella.
Great. When she's like, did you acknowledge what you said? It's like, oh, I didn't have the time and I don't know what. And then they cut to the well, or was that still during the
No, this was
is that the
Julia.
Julia?
This was Julia saying, "Hey, I'm hearing you're saying all this," and she's like, "I didn't." And then I
She
don't
goes, know
remember.
where they would have heard.
I don't know
that.
who I would have sold that to. And then it showed
they-
like
yeah.
3 clips of her talking to a random yoga instructor, just random people,
Random
not
ass
even the
people.
hairstylist. So that's 4. That's 4.
And the first one was her friend. It said friend.
Yeah. Oh God, it was.
It's tough.
So I don't know. Like, yeah. That's on you, Emmy. That's all on you, bud.
Maybe like a page 6 type. Interviewed all of them kind of in pairs and asked like how the reunion go. Mia goes, screechy. A lot of screeching. Didn't really hear what anyone was saying. Just a lot of screech over. Someone else says like nothing really came of anything. I think maybe TJ said that. And then it gets to Emmy and Lake, and they go, so progressive. So much progress was made. Very therapeutic. Like, they're the ones that have the most to really answer for. I think will have the most to answer for it because somebody else says like, oh, accountability. The Lake and Emmy had to be real accountable. They were held to a lot of account. And so like, but then for Mia to call it screechy, like Mia's so over this whole bunch. Like she's like, I'm annoyed by all of this. And then Justin starts to talk and Justin says, just like, it was weird, man. Like no, like resolve. And then like everyone kind of like whoever he was with kind of looked at him and he was like, I mean, I don't know. I probably can't say that. I don't know. It's fine. Like it was just, I think the reunion is going to be very unfulfilling.
Shocker.
Yeah.
Bravo doesn't have a history of that at all.
Yeah.
That's weird after such a filling season.
I know. But I will find it funny if they play all those same clips with and make Emmy have to watch them. That would be satisfying.
That'd be amazing.
There was a beautiful moment where Bella was giving sage advice to Emmy. And Emmy just swatted that shit down.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, did you maybe just take ownership over what you said? And she's like, hell no. That.
Yeah.
Well, that's not what she said. She said, did you acknowledge what you said? And she said, I didn't have a chance to. And then she said, what I think you should do is probably drop it. And that's when Emmy was like,
I'm not going to drop it.
I'm not dropping it. Which like, listen, Team Brad, Emmy, this is the only time that I'm like are you supposed to believe women? Like this whole, like it's that whole thing of like, so we're supposed to disregard, like what if it happened? What if we don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is that whole.
Molly would be lying then. Is Molly a liar?
Don't know. I don't think so. And I think if I'm betting
she's
on
too hot
who
to
the
be a
liar
liar.
is, it's Emmy, right? Like Emmy's the lawyer family, the liar, the Looney Tune that like has shown us multiple times that she'll say some shit and then we're like, oh, that's not even a little bit true. So yeah, probably she's 100% lying, but also, I don't know. I'm supposed to feel weird about it, right? Like, aren't we supposed to hear people out and acknowledge and like not just be like, you know what, just drop it that the man was aggressive and you felt. And she said like, I'm not allowed to feel the way I felt and express that. Again, I don't know if it's all true, but if it is, we're shutting her down. You know what I mean? Not we, but like
you can't shut people down. It really still doesn't get Emmy out of anything because I think that Emmy lied. I think that Emmy's actually lying because she just.
The problem is like Emmy's got to acknowledge, oh, I did something bad. She refuses to do that but you did something bad to me. Well, that's not how this works.
Yeah.
I fucked up. Can you all acknowledge that I felt a certain way? Whether you all think that was right or wrong, I felt this.
Yeah, but Emmy was just like
and especially
the
if,
exact wrong person for this to happen to.
Yeah, no, definitely.
She also seems like a high anxious person, so it doesn't seem out of the realm that she'd get that message and be like, oh shit, like just and genuinely feel fear or scared or something.
Yeah, Brad could have walked by, heard it, and been like, F you, Emmy, from outside the door and kept walking, and she would have hyperventilated.
Yeah.
We've seen her hyperventilate for way less. So that's a good point that like anything's going to make Emmy feel scared.
Yeah.
All right, now we're back inside. Julia, basically, this ends with Julia being like, FYI, we're done. We're not friends anymore. I'm done with you.
Which I kind of felt once Brad was done. I wasn't expecting Julia to be hanging around Emmy.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But now it's official.
Now it's a fish because you got to make it Facebook a fish. But
There's
I think
zero redeeming qualities about this. Like having her in your life like is a non-starter.
No need.
Yeah.
She's all yours.
Not even no need. She's a liability.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
As soon as Brad's done, Julia's done. But also I feel like, listen, I'm on the level like who should have gone in, who should have been the messenger here? Should it have been Julia? Should it have been Brad? Should it have been the both of them? Don't know. Probably Julia, because Brad's in a situation that he's found himself in. Like, so if he goes out there, then it's just Emmy doubling down on like, oh, he took me to the alley and he screamed at me. I'm like, well, you didn't scream. There's cameras there. I don't think we've ever seen Brad scream at all.
No, we have. He screamed at Emmy in season 2 and 3. It happened. I saw it.
Well, probably for a reason.
Yeah, this bitch deserved it now that I think about it.
Yeah, screaming at Emmy doesn't count.
I hope that from this season that whoever's running this bitch knows that like this cast they don't match. Like to watch those two groups walk in, it just affirmed that this is a massively divided show of children and people that are like ready to actually have real issues with their love life and their friendships and that they're going to have conversations that mean anything.
Yeah. No, that's true. It's a good point. It's like Southern Charm works because the 40-year-old men act like 20-year-old men.
Yeah.
And the 27-year-old women act like 27-year-old women. So it works out perfect.
Yeah.
Which is mostly the Summer House, same thing. Like all the shows, it's that. And then all the other shows, Housewives, they're all generally the same age. And if they're not, they're of the same status or, whatnot.
Yeah.
This is the only show that has seemingly age-gapped cast.
Yeah.
And if not that, then definitely maturity gap cast. Like they're not on the same maturity level. And that's causing a weird problem.
Yeah.
I feel like somebody chimed in and said, Mia needs to be a housewife. She would do better as a housewife. And I don't think, I mean, listen, she totally could, but she needs to go on Southern Charm.
I think Mia's hanging around for her own in the city.
In the South?
In the South.
In the South.
Don't they live in the city of the South? Like,
What's the capital of South Carolina?
Charleston.
Oh, it is Charleston.
I said that in the mic. Pick that up. I said it before we looked it up.
I don't know where we left off. Did we talk about?
they went out their separate ways.
Yeah, they go
And
their
then
separate
Bella
ways.
and Emmy went for a cigarette, and that's when Bella was giving her great advice, like, "Hey, maybe just let it lie." And she's like,
Oh, you don't know Emmy. Yeah, Emmy's not letting it lie, girl. That's not how we do it.
It was this conversation that I think I learned more about Emmy than I've ever known. And listen, it doesn't change how I feel about her behavior, but to hear her talk about why do I scream or why am I so dramatic? Well, let me see, because no one ever listens to me. My entire life, I was basically just like the kid that had like raging ADD and that nobody was listening to, that I would have to just yell over and over, this thing happened, no one's listening. And now I'm just, if anything got broken, oh, it had to be the raging ADD kid. Like, it seems like the way that she went on, I've never heard her speak so like, kind of like quickly and with a line of like, beat by beat by, but these are the things that happened to Emmy and growing up. Like it seems like she really feels very passionately that like some shit went down when she was a kid. She was very ignored or not taken seriously, not listened to, whatever. And again, it doesn't change like that. I'm still not okay with how she acts, because she's literally just lying and hurt and defaming people. Mm-hmm. But it is always nice to be like, oh, okay. I still don't know how they all connect, but like...
Right.
No, yeah. You weren't born this way. Things happened to you that made you this way.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. And I do always like to just put a little, tag on it that's like, here's why.
Yeah. Long-ass tag for Emmy.
Yeah.
Do we think Emmy's coming back next year? That's a thought that I had by the end. Really?
Yeah.
Listen, I think Fish and Gal pointed out on the comments of last episode, this is Bravo. So next season, Emmy is going to be up, Lake's going to be up, and Joe's going to be down. You know what I'm saying? Like the story, they're going to bring them up, and the edits are going to, it's just the way it goes. I can't tell you how many times I ping-ponged in Vanderpump where I was like, well, now I like this person.
No, I talk about it all the time where like, it doesn't matter how much you love someone, at some point you're going to hate them, and it doesn't matter how much you hate someone.
It's the hero's journey, baby. We got to see him fall.
Yeah, you're going to end up hating them
if
at
Maddie
some point.
if she's going to break up with Joe, it could like double your ratings. Yeah. It could take a show that's right now only getting X amount to actually like here to play,
Yeah, for sure.
When we find out a week before a season starts, these two aren't together, then we're watching a season to figure out where the demise happened. Like, where did it all go wrong?
Last question I have, and then we can wrap this up.
Oh, wow. We somehow made it an hour and a half, but got like, that's impressive, guys.
Yeah, no, that's it.
Because this really was the sort of a continuation of last episode. Like all the big drama kind of happened. And then like, yes, some things happened in this episode, but it really was like all the debating, all the like whatever.
Well,
like
Joe's birthday. It's like,
Yeah, it's Joe's birthday. We can't be fighting during Joe's birthday. It's his birthday week.
One fight. It can be one fist fight. Do you think Maddie charged Joe?
Charged?
The DJ?
Oh.
I would have charged him just to be funny. I would have had the manager guy call Joe and be like, so you got Maddie playing your birthday?
Here's her writer.
It's fucking
She likes
$10,000.
green M&Ms
bro.
only.
Yeah, and here I need all this shit. You ready for
Ginger
that,
ale.
Joe? Maybe just a track. Can she spin one track? How much is one
It's
track?
my birthday week.
Yeah, it's my birthday week.
I miss Grace Lilly. She should have been at this party.
Said
How is
no
Grace
one.
Lilly? Do we even
Said
know?
no one.
Says everyone.
That's all we got on episode 8 of Southern Hospitality and Joe's Big 30. We're not doing comments because we didn't have any comments because we just did episode 7 like 2 hours ago. And Natalie hasn't had time to edit it. She's been dicking around doing episode 8 with us. So she's going to work on that tonight and put it up in the comment, tell your heart's delight. And then I think we're going to skip next week. And then the following week, we're going to do episode 9 and 10. And in that episode, we'll read the episode 8 comments.
7 and 8 comments. If your 7s or doozies, we're
7
gonna.
and 8. Yeah, it's going to be a long comments day. And then they should have a reunion. We'll do the reunion as its own episode the week after that. And then we'll be done with Southern Hospitality.
Womp womp.
Womp, womp. I don't think anybody's womping anything. Why are you throwing
He's
things?
celebrating.
I didn't see it. It's my hand. I got big
He
hands.
thinks this is his hotel room and
Yeah,
this is
really.
a rap party.
James Kennedy over here. All right. Well, we love you guys. Thank you for joining us, all 47 of you. Like, subscribe, tell a friend. We got a bunch of other shows on YouTube if you want to go watch those.
We're on Spotify too.
We're on the old Spotify if
Apple
you like that.
Podcasts.
That one. All the things.
Patreon,
That one.
MySpace.
MySpace Music.
What's the free music one?
Kazaa.
No, the first one. Because, no, what was the first one?
How much time I spent on that mother software
Just to download a
ripping
song that gives you
everything.
20 seconds and you're like, mother. Oh.
Yeah. Or you'd be like, this guy has a bomb ass internet. What else has he got? Like, it's good stuff. But how many computers?
I'm a little
people
older
ruined?
than you guys.
Napster? You talking about a Napster? You a Napster guy?
That's the one. Yeah.
ColecoVision.
Yeah, Atari. What up?
Okay, sorry. I
my
interrupted
oldies.
you probably.
Yeah, you did. But that's
We were
my
just saying our
life.
good nights and goodbyes.
I was
Yeah.
saying goodbyes. Love you guys. Like, subscribe, hype, all the things. We'll see you next time.
Keep tight.
Pew, pew, pew. Bye.
Love you. Bye.